Hi, everyone. Okay, we are going to get into how tuning into your emotions is a fabulous tool for working with your energy field. Emotions. They are a fabulous way to start with working with your energy field because we know our emotions. We've experienced them all. We know which ones are positive, which ones are negative, and we have names for all of them. And as well, we know what it feels like to have someone else's emotions projected onto us. Emotions are invisible. Therefore, emotions are energy. So rather than go into a lengthy explanation, what we're going to do is a very quick exercise that can be done anytime that is going to positively transform your energy field. Okay, so let's get started. You can close your eyes, or if you're following along with the subtitles, just go ahead and keep following along with the subtitles. Just take a nice deep breath in and hold it. And then exhale and just let all tension in your body release out and get comfortable. I'd like you to think of somebody that you know that stirs up negative emotions. So when you think of this person, when you interact with this person, negative emotions are coming up. If you're sitting here and you're thinking, I can't think of anybody, then you are truly blessed. And I would like you to go back earlier in your life and find somebody then that stirred up negative emotions for you. Once you have this person, just imagine that they are standing here in front of you. Allow the negative emotions to come up. And do a quick scan and just look a little bit closer. Tune into where they are. Is it going in and around your head? Are you feeling tension there? Do you feel your throat starting to tighten up? Do you feel sick to your stomach? Just tune into that emotion that is invoked in you when you are thinking about this other person. Now it's time to transform the energy field. So what I would like you to do is to simply finish this sentence out loud or in your head as it applies to you. So talking to this person, you're going to say, thank you for being in my life. Because of you, I've learned that. And once an answer comes to you, tune into that feeling. How does that feel? And how does it affect your energy as compared to the energy scan before? Does it feel any different? Does it feel any better? Just hold on to that feeling a little bit longer. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. And if your eyes are closed, just open your eyes. So, 4 possible outcomes to this exercise. So the first one would be that you're there, you've found your answer, but there isn't really any big change. Maybe you feel a little tiny shift, but nothing significant. So in this case, it is being in a large black darkened room and that you've lit a very small candle. And this candle, even though it is so small, it is going to light up the entire room. You need to give it a little bit of time for your eyes to adjust. But you're going to start to be able to navigate through the room. You're going to be able to see which room it is, what objects are in the room, etc. So to apply this to your situation with this exercise is that you've been able to sense a small change, but you're going to need a little bit of time to get some more insight into it. So just in the next few days, allow yourself a little bit of time for any new insights, any new information to come to you. And go ahead and do this exercise again after these new insights have come to you and using them within the exercise. And then that small candle will turn more into a floor lamp and then into the light on the ceiling that lights up the entire room. And just keep going in this way. The second scenario is you did this exercise and suddenly this big insight hits you like a spotlight. And spotlights are very powerful. However, they cast a lot of shadows because it is a very direct light. So this scenario would apply to you if you were, let's say, still thinking about this person afterwards with this new insight in mind, but there are still negative emotions being conjured up when you think about other aspects of this person or perhaps a certain situation with this person. So what you need to do is just work on it a bit more. So go into those shadow areas with the same exercise in mind and do the same thing and start casting more light onto these areas until the whole room is bright. The third scenario that can happen during this exercise is the one that we kind of all hope for. And that is that we open the blinds, the sunlight is coming in, the ceiling lights on, the floor lamps are on, the ambient lights are on, everything's on and warm and cozy. There's a fire in the corner. That's amazing. And if this is what you experienced, you felt a real shift, then that's fabulous. And what you can do is do the same exercise for another person. Or you can do this exercise for perhaps, rather than a person, you can do a situation that conjures up negative emotions, a place that conjures up negative emotions, or an activity that you do that conjures up negative emotions. And start using it and adapting it to other scenarios rather than just a person. The last scenario that can happen here is that you did this exercise and nothing happened. And perhaps doing the exercise even conjured up more negative emotions. And perhaps you felt even worse afterwards. But just please do not forget that the fact that you did this exercise, you sat down with the intention of having a positive transformation is a huge step. That's the first step in going into this direction and is actually the most important out of all the steps. So that is transformational, because rather than staying in the same place or going down the road of wanting to stay in this realm of negative emotions between you and this person, you are actually choosing to go another way. So don't give up. Also give yourself a bit of time. And on the subject of time, sometimes timing is what is important here. And maybe come back to this again in a week or a month or maybe next year and try again and see how it has changed since when you have done it today. So I want to thank you all so much for doing this with me and for tuning in, and have a great day. Bye.